We've talked about measures of central tendency, the mean and median, but we also want to know about the spread of data. How much does the average data point differ from the average of the data points? So it's convenient to have quantitative standard ways of describing spread, and the two most common are the interquartile range and the standard deviation. Those are the two topics for this video. So first we want to introduce an idea called the quartile. We'll do that by introducing percentiles. So the pth percentile of a distribution is the value such that p% of the observations fall at or below that value. So for example, when my daughter was born, they measured, when it's a baby, they say how long the baby is, not how tall they are, which is always kind of funny to me. But they told me that her length was in the 67th percentile, meaning that 67% of babies the same number of days old as she was at that time were shorter than she was. They measure the circumference of the baby's forehead, the length of the baby, and the baby's mass. So we can see if a baby has a very high percentile for length but a low percentile for weight, we know that that's a thin, tall baby. Moving on from the idea of percentiles, there are three values that we care about in many descriptions of data. They are the 25th percentile, which is also called the first quartile, or Q1, and the 75th percentile, which is also called the third quartile, or Q3 quart. Meaning we're breaking the data into 4 parts. So the lowest quarter of data are lower than Q1, the highest quarter are higher than Q3, and 50% of the data will lie between Q1 and Q3. That range from Q1 to Q3 is called the interquartile range, or IQR. So that's Q3 minus Q1 is the IQR. And note also that Q1 is the median of the lower half of the data set, so from the minimum to the median. And Q3 is similarly the median of the upper half of the data set. Putting these numbers together, we have the smallest value in the data set, which we call the minimum, Q1, the first quartile, the median, which is the second quartile, Q3, the third quartile, and the maximum. Together, these 5 numbers are called the 5-number summary, and they are a quick way of describing both the center and the range of a data set. We have both the range IQR from Q1 to Q3 of the middle half, and minimum to maximum gives us the full range of the data. So that's a great summary of many data sets.